I'm going to be completely honest with you, and I'm about to cry. I really am. All right. I've had the best career when I started this podcast. Everything happened pretty much around this podcast. Do you guys know that?
Mm-hmm.
This is where my fear sets in too. It's like while everything sort of snowballed, every little thing that we've done into this podcast has snowballed into little projects for you, into bigger projects for you, right? Mm-hmm. But this is where it gets a little bit icky, and this is where George and I have actually been talking a lot in the last week.
You guys are leaving.
No.
You're out.
That'd be hilarious. Just me and Bobby. What the fuck?
Look.
Yeah, what is it?
It's for we used in this day and age. I feel like everyone's trying to drag innocent people through the mud.
Yeah.
And I don't think there is as much free speech as we think there is. And so what makes me nervous about all of this is that, you now have, let's say, like a network job, and anyone essentially can pull anything out of context of what you've said in this podcast because it is a comedy podcast.
Can I just say this right now? Okay. This podcast is out in the world. It's already out there, right? So if they're not going to vet me before signing, giving me a contract,
It's on them.
But we're not mainstream.
No, but still doesn't matter. It's not like as if it's not. I don't. The other day I go, I was on a radio show and they had to rewind it because I said I sucked dick and when I was a kid.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a radio show. You can't say that. I go, oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I just say it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to edit.
No, it's not. It's not even about that. What I'm saying is, let's say even if you listen to the whole podcast, really, it's you can tell everything is said in jest, right?
Yeah.
But for what they did to PewDiePie, say for instance, they
Who's
took
that? Who's PewDiePie?
Yeah.
he's a YouTube star with like 50 million followers.
Yeah.
And
go ahead, George.
You're George.
Tell us
But-
what
Yeah, he's
PewDiePie.
the top YouTube star in the world. 52, probably 53 million subscribers now. If you took every one of those and they voted for president, he would be for the president of the United States.
You don't have to
Continue
say
with
it
that.
in
He's huge.
context,
He's
all right?
huge.
Okay, so what happened?
Part of
What
your
happened is
fucking
he's
backing
huge.
of these YouTube stars. So fucking gross, dude.
No, he's actually. I actually love this guy. He's interesting.
Don't do his podcast, fuckface.
Tell us what
ahead.
happened.
Tell me what happened.
So what happened is the Wall Street Journal did a hit piece on him.
Yeah.
Basically taking 3 or 4 videos out of context, where he like dressed up in Nazi garb to make fun of like Nazi putting in like some heroes thing where you could like flag videos for being bad. So he was saying this is basically fascism. So he was making fun of YouTube once. Then once he like did a video where he was like saying that the media will take anything out of context, and he dressed up and like watched the Hitler speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
They took that and a few other videos
Made their
completely
own.
out of context,
Yeah.
did a hit piece on him,
And then what
so that
happened?
he got dropped by Maker Studios
By Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
like a week before Maker kind of imploded.
Yeah.
But complete hit piece, I think for me it's the end of mainstream like journalism because it's so obvious if you look at the facts that it was a hit piece to discredit him because the Wall Street Journal and everybody they're losing money.
But the problem with that is for reasonable people or for we'll look into it and be like, whoa, he's not an anti-Semite. But for the majority of clickbaiters, they're gonna eat that shit up because they just love to recreationally be outraged. So they're going to jump on that fucking bandwagon of like
No,
tearing
just
this
before
guy
this,
down.
I was on a Tinder date and like
Okay.
it's going
Oh,
fine.
okay, George.
Oh, really, George?
It makes sense.
Still lying, huh? Fucking Tinder date.
It was going great, and then I was
You were
like,
sucking Bryce's dick.
so
Go ahead.
it's a natural segue if you listen, you
Okay, go
frickers.
Oh, we're frickers.
God damn.
So what happened?
So-
Tinder date?
No, it was going great for 45
your
minutes.
Tinder
Then
date?
I mentioned like, I love YouTube, like watching just the PewDiePie, like the YouTube drama. Like
That's
this
what you
PewDiePie
say on
thing.
a first date, George?
It had progressed to like, what do you like? Why do you
You're
what do you
never
watch on
gonna get laid
YouTube?
again. You're
Okay,
never gonna
okay,
get laid
okay.
again.
What do you want? Why do you watch YouTube? And I'm like, I don't watch it that much. I just stay up on the drama, like fun
Yeah.
things, like when PewDiePie gets in trouble, and she's like, "Oh, you mean that anti-Semite?"
Yeah.
And then
And I
when
was
you do
like-
that, you pull your dick out. Suck this.
This is an
No, I
anti-Semite.
was like,
Anti-Semite. Yeah.
God damn it! Why did I pay
Listen,
for
can I
this
just say-
already?
can I
Because
just
this
say
is
this?
a
I'm gonna
waste.
shut the fuck up for
But
a
it's
second. okay?
perfect example of how
It's not a perfect example.
Well, look, another.
I'll tell you why it's not a perfect example. Okay, I already know people out there that don't like me. I know them. Okay, there's comics that don't like me. All right, And what I'm saying is that he didn't lose anything. What did he lose?
Nothing. He had
Maker? Well, he can
He's
just
his
do it
own
on his
entity.
own.
Yeah, he is his own entity.
What's the
No,
point?
he gained his freedom. That's what I like.
He's a
learned from this.
free person now.
And kids no longer believe in like the media. Like they know that things are taken out of context. Like
So
everybody.
you
who's
guys are
PewDiePie
afraid
follower,
that like I'm gonna get a job like this, and then one day somebody's gonna go what?
Somebody's going to make a montage of some bullshit that we said, and because they're not fans of ours, they don't listen
So
to
then,
the
what are
context.
some of the things that I've said that you recall, and then just
Oh,
say
God.
it?
I'm not going to give him a free
giving
beat.
you a free montage.
I want you to do it now. Just tell me some of the things that I could have
Look,
said.
Jungle Asians.
That's
is
nothing.
number one.
That's a fact.
It's Asians that live in the jungle.
Yeah, that's a fact.
call
Go
us,
ahead.
like,
I can't get in trouble for that.
You call us mud people. Like, what else do you call
I'm a mud
us?
person too, but we're snow mud.
Slush.
No, it's
Koreans are
slush.
snow mud. Slushies.
Slush mud.
Go ahead.
Slush Asians.
Tell me another thing. That black people were oily.
No, babe. Okay, look, Freddie Mercury story.
What, Freddie Mercury? I didn't. Somebody told me that story.
Yeah.
And then the other
And I
thing-
didn't do that.
we talk about-
If I'm the one that went to
Fucked Freddie
Thailand, I fucked the little boy in the butthole, and then as I pulled my dick out, his butthole came out with my penis.
Pink sock.
And I told the fucking madame, "Can I get another one? I broke this one." Right?
That was bodily.
Then of course I don't deserve anything.
Yeah.
But I'm just telling you a story of what I heard.
Yeah.
The grapevine.
Right.
Yeah.
So I've never said anything.
No, neither
gonna get me in
did
trouble.
neither did PewDiePie. But
He dressed up as Hitler though.
That's a bit
Yeah,
much.
But it wasn't. If you actually
in the
watch
context,
the whole thing.
if you don't believe in what he did, then satire is dead. That's the thing. You cannot
Yeah.
take
you
something
just
to
don't
the
wear.
extreme
You don't
to
wear a
make fun
Hitler.
of it.
You don't wear a Hitler outfit.
For instance, like, okay, I know that, I'm one of them. But I don't like Milo Yiannopoulos. Is that how you say his last name?
All right guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously, like, this guy is hateful. Obviously, like, all the adjectives apply to him. I don't particularly like him, but do I think that he ought to not be allowed to speak in a college? No, I think that was BS to fucking...
Well, he
like-
said something about raping or having been able to have sex with
Listen,
underage kids,
he
right?
was molested as a 14-year-old.
It doesn't matter. You don't.
And he didn't say it was okay. He just said, look, the reality is that 14-year-olds do get with older people in some countries. And
No,
guess
but
what?
he said that it should not be illegal.
Look, my point
Did he
is
say-
this.
did he not say that,
That's
though?
just
I
the
don't know.
last thing that happened to him. What I'm talking about is
So it's more than that.
fucking defending pedophilia.
I'm not defending every...
He's
Look.
singing the song, the Filipino song.
Like, I dislike him deeply.
I love him.
If he had just...
Okay, put that in the montage, motherfuckers. Bobby and Milo.
But people always cry about, like, how dare people give him a platform, like when he was on Bill Maher, how dare people give him a platform to, like, spew out this hate and stuff. And it's like, look, that exists everywhere you go. If you can't live your life knowing that exists or hearing it and you can't possibly move on with your life, I mean, there's something wrong. We don't have free speech. We don't.
Yeah.
And that's my biggest fear about...
My listeners all know that I'm dumb, and that I don't. When I say things, I don't mean it ever, because I have no brain, and my brain is mush, and so they know that, and I don't feel like if I look back, I haven't really said anything that was bad. You know what I mean? I sucked.
We've
it,
talked about
and
eating
then-
people, legitimately.
Yeah, but that's just hypothetical,
Theories.
fun theories. You know what I mean? But
cannibalism.
yeah, I don't know if there's anything out there that can blackmail me. And if they do, and some network goes, "You're fired because of something you said 5 years ago," then that's that.
Bye.
And then what is that going to do? I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop doing comedy. I'm not going to stop doing my podcast just because a corporate entity doesn't want to do business with me. That's fine. I mean, I want to make money, but I'm not.
You
I
want
don't-
your freedom.
I also don't want to play it that safe. It's like, look at someone like, don't get me wrong. He wants this, Ken, right? But, you watch a show like Dr. Ken, and that's what he wants to do. He wants to do a family show. He's a family man. He's got kids. But that doesn't necessarily mean I want ever to do that. I don't ever want to do that. So it's like, that's his thing.
Brand.
But I'm not going to do that. And there are people that think that I'm a vile, disgusting person. But most people believe that I'm a conduit for pure love and joy.
Jesus.
Okay? And that I am a light. No, don't do that because you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm singing the song.
All right?
You're patronomal.
You're
again.
patronoing me.
Patronome.
Okay?